we direct your attention to the field, where we present, under the field direction of drum majors Olander Porter and Ethan Morris, the 2019 North Central High School Marching Panthers.
Good evening and welcome, Royal football fans. We are live from North Central High School as the Royals take on North Central Panthers. My name is Turner Graves alongside my good friend Tyler Groves, and it is a pleasure to have you with us for tonight's game. Tyler, how are you feeling heading into week 2 of the 2019 high school football season?
Well, I'm feeling great. I got my glasses this week, so I'll be able to see the whole game, which will be something to look forward to. But I'm looking forward to tonight's game. The Royals are going to face a hungry and determined Panther team that is coming off a tough loss against Fishers last week at Lucas Oil Stadium. And so it should be a really fun night to see how this game plays out.
Yeah, Tyler, like you said, HSE got off to a quick start this season, winning 24-20 against Lawrence Central in week 1. However, the Royals are no stranger to the 1-0 record, making this year the 4th year in a row that they have won their season opener. For North Central, it was shocking, 26-0 loss, as you mentioned, to Fishers at Lucas Oil. What do you expect from this North Central team tonight?
Well, I fully expect a team that's going to come out ready to play, and for sure a quarterback in Harry Abel, who will be looking to improve off his 5 interceptions from last week. He was replaced mid-game by Shamar Dabner last week, the backup quarterback, who also threw an interception of his own. So a lot of questions at quarterback for North Central after a combined 6 interceptions thrown last week.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do tonight against a Royals defense. However, they are missing some important pieces, Tyler.
Yes, they are. We are missing some three defensive starters, defensive tackle Savon Smith and Seth Wilson. But we're going to do the national anthem.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, to honor our country and the men and women who currently serve and all those who have died defending our freedoms, would you please stand if able, remove your caps and hats, quiet yourselves, and face the flag at the north end of Panther Stadium, and join us for our national anthem, conducted this evening by Andrew Brinkman, Director of the Marching Panthers.
So like I was saying before, I thought was the national anthem, and we had a patriotic song before that, and then so that was my fault. But like I said, I was saying, the Royals will be out with 3 defensive starters tonight. Defensive tackle Savon Smith, the Sam linebacker Seth Wilson, and the strong safety who also punted on several occasions last week, Clayton Toner. All 3 are out tonight, and it's especially a big blow for Toner because he was the punter last week, and so it's going to also be a big blow for our special teams. It sounds like Ben Boysen, the wide receiver, is going to take over those duties tonight. So it'll be interesting. It'd be interesting to see how the special teams works in the punt game, and if they do anything different, maybe a rugby-style punt instead of a traditional punt, just to help it get it off, because there was a couple special teams mishaps last week.
Well, it should be a great game tonight as Royals look to go 2-0 on the year against North Central next on Southeastern Sports Network.
The Marching Panthers are under the direction of Andrew Brinkman and Rick. The Marching Panthers, once again, were under the direction of Andrew Brinkman and Rick Granlin, and percussion instructor Lauren Lemmy. The Pantherettes are under the direction of Heidi Gessner. Thank you for your support of the North Central Marching Panthers. The team captains are at midfield at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. Looks like Hamilton Southeastern has deferred, and they will kick off to the Panthers to begin the first quarter of tonight's contest. Your IHSA officials are Mr. Bill Massengale, Mr. Paul Mills, Mr. Joe Stafford, Mr. Dave Morton, and Mr. Augie Farway.
And as we get close to kickoff here, one last point, Tyler. Who are your two key players for tonight's game?
My first one's DeAndre Rhodes for the Royals. He had 6 receptions last week for 124 yards and 1 touchdown. He just had a really good game all around, had several really good catches. So he's my key for the Royals. It's important to him, or for him and the team, to have another good game. And then my second key is the quarterback, both quarterbacks tonight for North Central. They had a combined 6 interceptions last week. They lost 26-0. Really didn't move the ball all that well. So they really need to focus on protecting the ball, number one, but also getting some points on the board and some early confidence. Because if you continue to get shut out, multiple, it was already 4 quarters last week, and if there's first quarter here or the first half, that starts to play in your mind a little bit, and it starts to become a mental thing other than just more of like a physical thing. So they want a quick start tonight, and the Royals, just DeAndre Rhodes and that offense just needs to keep going from last week. And with 3 defensive starters being out for the Royals, that offense is going to be important tonight.
And as the looks of it, Alex Goergen is awaiting the whistle to get this game underway. There it is. As he boots the ball off from North Central. It's going to be a short kick about the 26-yard line. And he makes a couple men miss, and he's finally wrapped up there by the Royals.
Richard
North
Hamilton,
Central
number
will
12.
start about their own 39, 40-yard line.
The opening kickoff.
Yeah, not a bad return out to
couple
about
yards.
the 38-yard line. So it
First down.
good starting field position, and they'll see if their offense can get anything going here early on in the first quarter.
At the Panthers' 38-yard line.
It's going to be Harry Abel in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. Receiver in motion, and hands off to the back, up the middle. And a couple Royals get to him there. About a gain of 4 yards, 5 yards on the play.
11, Harry Abel hands off.
Not bad, not a bad run for first down for North Central, but pretty good defense as well. Not a very big hole, but also good blocking up front for North Central.
44.
Number 34, David Smith there on the carry. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
Good for 6 yards. So it'll be second down and approximately 4.
He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off there again, and the Royals were ready that time. He's going to push him back for about a loss of 2 yards there, and he's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Joel Cheche there on the tackle. He did a great job of shedding a block and really just meeting the running back right at the line of scrimmage, and even for a loss of a couple yards. So great play by Joel, and then great job by the rest of the Royals, gang tackling. Evan Lance was in there, JT Munchner. Great job by them to help tackle and bring him to the ground.
The ball now located at the North
It's going
Central
to be
44.
quick 3rd down. This is a big opportunity for the HSE defense to get off the field quick and get their ball to the offense.
And it's also huge for North Central as well. They got to get some momentum after being shut out last week.
Here Abel takes the snap, he's looking to pass, look right, and he's
Intercepted.
picked off Michael Cherry, and there's nobody in front of him, and he is gone for a Royal touchdown.
He should have had a touchdown last week against North Central. He recovered a fumble, and now he gets a pick 6. What a job by Michael Cherry, and what a job by this defense to get the Royals on the board. And man, if you're North Central, that's now 7 picks in 4 quarters and about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's gonna start to mess with their mind if they continue to throw interceptions, especially pick 6. That was just, if you're gonna miss on an out route, you got to miss to the outside. You can never miss to the inside, and Michael Cherry just stepped right in front of it and took it to the house.
The Royals are on top early, about a minute, 40 seconds in this game. Alex Goergen looking to make it 7-0 Royals. Kick hits the up post, and he's going to say bounced out. It is no good.
Yeah, the kicking game is a little bit of a question right now, I'd say, for the Royals. They had a couple missed field goals last week, and then they had a fumble punt last week. So the special teams, the kicking game, they are working on, and hopefully we'll see improvement as the season goes on. But and what a play by Mike Cherry, start the game off 6-0, and we couldn't cap it off with a PAT, but we'll take 6-0 off the start, and hopefully we do it again here on the next drive.
Yeah, and especially on a pick 6, not only giving up points, but you're going right back out there again to have to run this offense. And you think they're going to adjust anyway, or are you going right back out there?
Oh, I think you have to send Abel right back out if you're North Central. If you pull him now, that's just going to kill his confidence. So you go and tell him, hey, bad play, move on. He made 5 of them last week, so he's on pace to do it again. But for them, they're hoping that he makes the proper corrections and doesn't do it again, and starts to move this offense. He just needs to get short throws to gain confidence, and And confidence is so huge in football. When you have confidence, you can do things that you previously weren't able to do without confidence. So it'll be hopefully for them he can get that going.
Scorales, another kickoff.
That was a short kick.
Another short kick about to the 20. This time the left side of the field, and about 10-yard return. And North Central will set up offense about the 30-yard line.
Another good starting field position for the Panthers, but they got to move the ball.
Just inside the 30-yard line, the Panthers will begin their second series here. 1st and 10 at their own.
And it is, as you were saying, Harry Abel's coming back out to lead this North Central offense. Harry Abel's got 2 receivers on either side. Running back next to him, and he hands it off him a little bit of a counter. And the Royals push him back there after a gain of about 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, not much of a push there from the North Central offensive line. Royals did a good job. Nate Haas in there on the tackle, and someone's slow getting up. Looks like Evan Lance, but he looks to be all right. And we told you last week that we were going to tell you we're going to ask Evan if he had a name for his crazy dance that he does, and he said he didn't have one. So that is the update on Evan Lance. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the season they'll have one for it, or maybe one of you out there can suggest a name for him.
If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to let him know. It's going to set up a 2nd and 8 for North Central. And they're looking for their first down of this game. Got 2 receivers on either side again.
Seth Morelli looking like he might blitz. Nate Haas coming in as well, and they bluff out of it.
He's going to pass left, and he had a receiver, but just a little bit overthrown there to the left side.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit off there, and he overthrew him.
He's going to bring up another 3rd and 8 this time now. See, last time they had a 3rd down, we scored 6 points.
Well, if we can do that again, that'd be a great thing. But just trying to get off the field, keep the momentum on your side, and then get the Royal offense on the field, who had a pretty good game last week. So if the Royals win on the defensive side of the ball tonight, they're going to win the game, because the Royals offense played really well last week. And
muff snap, and he's just going to fall on it. He's going to do the right thing and create a 4th and long, and we've got some pushing and shoving after the play.
Yeah. Evan Lance got pushed down to the ground, and he gets up pointing at the other guy. So
he's saying, I'm going to remember that one.
Yeah. Well, 2 3rd downs, 1 disastrous play, and almost another disastrous play, and they will just now try to punt it. Play a little bit of field position. Yeah, if I'm the North Central coach, Kevin O'Shea, this is not the way I want to start the game, especially after last week on top of it.
Punt, and it is almost blocked there, but it is a good punt.
Yep. Fair catch. Yeah, that's an interesting fair catch. He had about 10 yards before another player was there, but that was a tough catch. So I understand it. It's good field position too, right on the 27. So.
Your punter, Julian Gay.
As we wait for this Royals offense to come back on the field, we do want to remind you Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone and Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN. It's going to be Andrew Hobson taking the snap. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to keep it on the keeper. Faking me out there, about a gain of 5.
Yeah, that's just a read option. Andrew Hobson did a good job of keeping the ball and running up the middle and picking up 5. Good way to start the drive.
I.J. Wilson out there getting some first-team snaps. Last week, Blaine Wirtz started the game, got injured.
Yeah, Blaine Wirtz is out tonight. Looks like we're going Wildcat here.
Looks like Ben Boysen's going to take the snap. Takes a snap, and he's going to keep it. Another Bit of a read option.
he got hit
Hand
hard.
off to
Yeah, he
number
got popped
11.
there by North Central.
That's Ben Boyson.
And looks like they were ready for that one.
He's tackled in the backfield by
Yeah, it was another read option, but they just motioned everyone out. Andrew Hobson went as a wide receiver, and they moved Ben in as quarterback. He did that a lot last year, where he would line up in the backfield, take a direct snap. We didn't see it in week 1. We saw Chris Stein doing that, but that's usually their goal line package. This was just a wildcat and a read option for only a gain of 1 yard.
It's 3rd and 5, and they're going to hand it off to Nijay.
He's short.
And he's going to be about 2 yards short.
ball carrier number 26.
I would not be shocked if they went for it, because the punting game with Toner being out is such a question right now. I can also see him punting it too, but you think when you run the ball on 3rd and 6, you're probably going to try to go for it again, just because normally that's a passing down, and they ran the ball just pick up some yards. So we'll see what they do here. Maybe they try to draw them off sides, or if they'll actually run a play. It'll be interesting to see.
He's going to motion Ben in. And it looks like they're looking over to the sideline for the play.
Yeah, they're just trying to draw them off sides.
And either a timeout Royals to
delay game. Okay, they took the delay a game penalty.
Yep, we'll lose either a timeout or a delay game, and then it looks like they just took the 5 yards.
Yep.
We're going to punt.
Yep, it is Ben Boysen out to punt, so it'll be interesting to see how they punt the ball. If they'll do it traditional, if they do a rugby style punt.
7.
Traditional punt. Ooh, about
There's a
one.
low punt, but it
Got the roll.
got a good bounce. Yep, around all the way down to the 26
Still rolling.
yard line.
Wow, they'll take that.
Yes, that was a good bounce.
It was like a 20-yard punt, but a 20-yard roll, so they'll take that all day.
North Central will take over at their 26 yard line.
And your Panthers will take over.
Drive number 3 for North Central.
Yes.
Still yet to get a first down.
The 26-yard line.
Sticking with the same 2 receivers on either side. Fakes the snap, then takes it, looks left, and he's going to throw it.
Mike Cherry
And that's
again.
Mike Cherry.
Oh.
Mike Cherry almost had his second pick of the game.
Did a
Had
couple push-ups because he thought he should have had it.
Number 12.
Mike Cherry's actually in there for Clayton Tunner, who's injured tonight, so Michael Cherry is already making an impact. And like I said last week, he should have had a touchdown off a fumble recovery, and the referee said he stepped out, and after looking at film, it was pretty clear that he didn't step out, so just an unfortunate whistle for them last week, but what a way to start the game tonight, and seems to always make plays. Whenever they throw to him, he always has a chance of making a big play.
He's got a receiver in motion, and we've got a blitz going. Yep, he hands it off to the middle, and he was tackled for about no gain.
Hand off to number 27.
Yeah, Seth Morelli and Chris Stein were both blitzing. Seth Morelli up the middle as the middle linebacker, and then Chris Stein off the edge. And so they had a pretty good idea that was going to be a run.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. As we were saying, this is their 3rd drive of the game, and they have probably 10 yards of total offense.
Yeah,
not a good way to
none
start.
of them are 10 yards on one drive for a first down either.
Drops back to pass, and he's looking, and is batted down by number 51 for the Royals, Bradley Harrington.
Yeah, Coach Waller, the defensive line coach for the Royals, is fired up on the Royals sideline.
Ball was knocked down by
It was JT Munchner. I apologize.
JT Munchner.
Yeah, the Royals played a zone coverage and really nowhere to go with the ball. There's not a lot of people open, and then once he finally was trying to get rid of it, JT Munchner put his big hand up and blocked it. So 3rd straight drive, 2 straight 3-and-outs, 1 turnover. So not an ideal start for the North Central offense.
It's a short punt, and it's got a little bit of a bounce. Going to take over about the 30.
Roll out of bounds.
5 yard line.
Yeah.
37 yard line.
He moved up a little bit after he said 35. So.
Yes, they did. It's 2 games in a row now. The Royals have had good field position, seems like, every drive early. Hopefully we can convert this one into points.
Royals will take
And
over.
now you got trips to the right.
1st and 10 at their own.
With DeAndre
32.
Rhodes, the lone receiver, to the left.
Nigel Wilson in the backfield, and he's going to go to him up the middle.
37-yard line.
And he pushes one receiver over, or one defender over, but only gains about 1 yard.
Handoff on the play.
For 2nd
That's
and 9.
26 Wilson. Tackled by
So
number
it's 4
50,
plays and 4
Thomas
runs so
Brano.
far for HSE. Let's see if they throw the ball here.
Try to draw him off sides, and Hobson now looking over to the sideline. Point out something he sees on the defense and takes a snap. He fakes
Play
the
action.
Yep, there it is, the pass for a looks like about a Royals first down there. Ben Boysen, and it is going to be enough to move the chains.
Yep. When they come up to the line of scrimmage and they like fake that they're trying to get the people to jump, they're also the coaching staff, the offensive coaching staff is also looking to see what the defense is doing, what coverages they are in, and pick a play off of that. So usually when they try to do that, it's usually a no play, and then they pick a play off of what coverage they're seeing. And good play by Ben Boysen there.
Oh,
Just
we're
skinny
seeing the Wildcat here
quick
again.
slant. Yep, here comes the Wildcat again.
Ben Boysen in the shotgun, takes the snap, and it's the same play. He's going to run it over to the little right. And no gain again.
Yeah, North Central has not been fooled by that yet. Both times Ben has kept the ball, not handed it off to Nige.
No gain on the play.
They're lining back up into it. So. Or no, no, Hobson is back.
Hobson is back,
Yeah,
yep.
Hobson's back. Yeah.
He's got trips left, and Nige behind him. He fakes it, and he passes it into Ben Boysen. Looks like the same play, but
play
flipped.
on the other side. Yeah.
From Hobson to
Good gain there, about 5 yards. 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable.
Yeah.
We're just taking what the defense gives us at this point.
Yep, and we haven't really opened the playbook very much yet either. It's been a lot of the same plays.
Yeah. Not revealing too much early. Got Nathan Wolf there as the H-back, and Nige behind Hobson taking the snap, and hands it off to Nige for a gain of about 3 yards, but it is not enough. So it's going to bring up another 4th and about 2 or 3. I think going for this one.
Yeah, they're on the plus side of the field, and they're going quick here. So they're going to try to draw them off, or they're going to go quick and try to get a first down.
They're going to take it, and
He's short.
Nige ran into his own defender, and it looks like he's going to be short.
Yeah, he's just short. If he didn't run into one of his linemen, he would have had a first down. But
It's unfortunate there.
yeah, good play by the North Central defense. They weren't fooled by it. They were ready to go when the Royals went quick and got some penetration and made the play. So now North Central, the 4th drive, tries to get a first down and get something going. And this Royal defense hopefully just keeps getting 3 and outs, and or turnovers too. It's always a good option as well.
It is.
43-yard line.
David Smith now in the backfield. He's Harry Abel is taking the snap. A little low of a snap, but hands it off. And he's tackled there by a host of Royals. Nate Hassan there.
Joe Cheche.
Pushing him back.
And Evan Lance.
Oh, he's changed it up a little.
Yeah, always has a celebration.
That run was for no gain, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Well, if you're North Central, the runs really aren't getting you anywhere, and the pass has led to a pick 6. So what are you doing here?
That's called a very unfortunate situation for the offensive play caller for North Central, but it's early. No, they have not ran the ball very well, but and a couple passes hasn't ended up very well either. But it is early, and they got time to make things happen.
He's looking left, and he's covered, and it looks like he's going to scramble out right, and he has a little bit of room. Runs out of bounds about the 49-yard line.
Yep.
Gain of 6 yards for a 3rd and 4.
That's the best play they had all night so far.
It has. Wasn't by design, though.
No. No, the Joe Cheche was chasing him off the edge, and just a lane opened up, and he took it and did a good job picking up a few yards. And
good job by the Royals secondary.
yeah, there was no one open again. They are not getting separation from the Royals defense at all, and really nowhere to go. And he's holding on to the ball longer, so that's going to create more opportunities for the Royals defensive line to also make some plays, get some sacks, and get their hands up as well, and bat some balls down like we've already seen.
Takes the snap on third down. He's going to hand it to
Evan Lance. What a play.
He's right in there, about had no time.
With the carry.
He just
looked up and he was right there.
Yeah, he just mauled over Brock Harbin, the North Central center. He just drove him back, bull rushed him, and just met the running back, and really was basically tackled the both of them at the same time. And so great play by Evan Lance, and
4th and 6.
Another punt.
Still no first down. And got it off. Out of bounds. Eddie, see where the ref spotted.
Punt.
They're walking up. 28-yard line.
8-yard line.
The Royals' 28-yard line. Bring up
well, as bad as the North Central
for Hamilton Southeastern
offense has been, the Royals offense hasn't really done anything with it either, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get something going on this drive.
Got that one first down, just more points from that defensive play. Pick 6, Michael Cherry, but let's see if the offense can move the ball here. Immediate rollout right, but defense was ready for it, and they're just going to take the sack.
Yeah. Tackled in the backfield.
It's going to bring up a second and about 14.
Yeah, Tylen Taylor, he didn't get out there on the edge to block or to seal the edge quick enough.
Guess he's coming out of the game.
Yeah, and there he goes. That's usually what happens. Yeah, he just missed his block, and Andrew Hobson couldn't do anything.
Hobson is waiting the snap. It is 2nd and 14. Can hand it off the middle to Nigel Wilson. Gets a couple of yards, but driven back by North Central. Got 2 yards. Going to be a 3rd and long. 3rd and 12.
Wilson.
Yeah, nothing. They're behind the sticks here, so a long 3rd down. Usually a passing play, obviously, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach White's, the offensive coordinator for the Royals, draws up here. So far, they really haven't thrown the ball that well, or really anything close to downfield. So we'll see what they do here.
Motions Nigel next to him, takes a snap and rolls out right. And he's going to throw it. And it was Nathan Wolf, just let him a bit too far, a little bit too high, and it's going to be 4th down and 12.
Yeah, there's another rollout pass to the right, similar to the one we just saw at the beginning of this drive. And Nigel made the block, but there was no one open downfield, and he just overthrew Nate Wolf. And here comes Boysen back out to punt.
At the Hamilton Southeastern 26, back to punt, number 11, Ben Boysen.
A little bit of a low snap, and it looked like it probably got tipped. And the 41-yard line.
Yeah, the Royals got to do a better job blocking on that. That was a little bit too close for comfort, and I do believe that ball was tipped. Because if it wasn't tipped, he hit the leg of Ben Boysen, so it would have been a flag.
41-yard line of the Royals.
But good play by the North Central special teams, and they start off the drive here on the plus side of the field.
As we are almost towards the end of the first quarter, we do want to remind you Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone in Fishers off of 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers. As Henry Abel takes the snap here and is looking to pass, throws deep down the field to the right, and Michael Cherry.
Another opportunity, but Evan Lance with the pressure. And that ball hung up there forever. Michael Cherry really should have had a pick, and he's upset with himself again. I mean, that could have been if he makes his catch, if he catches his interceptions, he would have 3 interceptions right now. But he got one of them, and one of them he scored on, so we'll cut him some slack. But good play by Evan Lance. that North Central offensive line is not holding up whatsoever against Evan Lance and JT Munchner. And Joel Cheche is also getting some pressure. So
18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Henry Abel is going to take the snap from the shock. Puts the receiver in motion and hands it off to him. Jet sweep to the right. Cuts back, and he found a hole there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be close to the line to gain.
That was a good play call.
It's going to be third and short.
That was a good play call and a great job cutting back upfield and finding the open hole. But
9 yards on the play.
looks like we got the end of the first quarter. So it'll be 3rd and 1 when we come back here on Southeastern Sports Network.
With the Royals of Hamilton Southeastern 6, your North Central Panthers 0. Panthers will begin quarter number 2. It'll be 3rd down, 1 yard at the Royals' 32-yard line.
As we are about to start the second quarter, it's going to be a 3rd and 1. Hand it off to the left side, and they do get their first down of the game. There's about a gain of 3-4 yards there, but a first down, North Central.
Yep, they got a push from the offensive line, and Evan Lance was double teamed on that play at first, and then got through one, and then was blocked by another. So they blocked the most disruptive guy on the Royal defensive line, and they were able to get some yards for a first down.
Got a little bit more on the box, one receiver out right, and he's going to pass. It looks like a screen, yeah, but a screen there, tackled by Cherry.
Well, he got in front of his offensive lineman. The offensive lineman was behind him. So for screen to work, he's got to get behind them to allow him to go up there and block. And
had a similar situation last game with the Royals.
Yeah, with Blaine Wertz.
Pass caught by number 84.
It's going to be a 2nd and short.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the play he got hurt on, too.
34.
I do not remember. I do not have good memory.
That's unfortunate for you.
I know. So they got a 2nd and short about the 19-yard line. Henry Abel, David Smith is going to
get about close.
Ball carrier number 34.
Looks like just short.
Smith. Tackle on the play by number 52, Evan Lance. Gain of 1 on the play.
And it is going to be a 3rd and short.
About 1 yard.
This would be a big momentum shifter if we can hold them here. Possibly.
This is probably 2-down territory, though. Unless they have a really good field goal kicker, but even then, I would probably go for it.
Oh,
jump.
Yep. Not even going to have to worry about it.
JT Munchner.
Harry Abel there just drew him off sides, and it's going to be a free first down.
Penalty marker on the play.
A little bit of a "you can't do that" chant, and they're right. You cannot do that.
No.
Wow, they called it a false start.
I think it might have been a snap infraction, or someone might have flinched, or delay of game is what they called. So they did not. He jumped, but the delay, they were out of time on the play clock, so that, what a break for
there.
the Royals, because an unfortunate situation for the Panthers. They got him to jump, but they were too late.
It'll be a 3rd and 6 now. Went from having a first down to, and he's going to pass left. And a good one-handed catch there.
Great catch.
Yeah, good catch. Julian Gay there on the catch.
Julian Gay.
What a great catch. It is going to be enough to move the chains. He's getting congratulated over there on the sideline.
Yeah, I actually played rec league football with Julian Gay. He is one heck of an athlete. He was our quarterback back in 6th grade. We went undefeated. We didn't win the championship. We had an undefeated regular season. So he's an athlete.
Don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring.
It's a
hand
long
off
story.
to the right, and the Royals are there. It's going to be no game.
We lost in the playoffs, and we returned in the opening kickoff, actually. It's actually 5th grade. We returned the opening kickoff, but because the opposing team's team dad, who was running the clock, didn't start the clock, they didn't count the touchdown and made them re-kick. So they actually ended up winning 6-0, but really we scored the opening kickoff. And as you can tell, it still bothers me today.
It seems like it does.
Yeah. Probably bothers Julian, too. He's a competitive guy.
Well, back to the game that actually matters. 6-0 Royals.
6th grade or 5th grade football is very important.
There's going to be 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Pass left. And he's running back towards the middle of the field.
That was a jailbreak screen.
Number 12, Richard
Oh, did he
Hamilton.
fumble the ball? The Royals were acting like they got the ball. Now they're saying he was down.
Yeah, they are going to say that he is down.
So it is first down.
It is not first down.
No, they moved the chains. Oh no, excuse me. I'm sorry. It's 3rd down. You're right.
3rd and 10.
I got distracted with 6th grade football. I was having flashbacks.
It's going to be a timeout, North Central. And with that timeout, we do want to remind you a big thanks again to Sky Zone Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year. And as North Central takes a break, we will too here on Southeastern Sports Network. Back with you next.
And your North Central Panthers Spirit Truck with lots of spirit wear items, including t-shirts and jerseys, also located here at the north end of the West Grandstand.
Defense is back out on the field waiting for North Central as they have a 3rd and 10 coming their way. Think they're passing here?
I mean, I would.
Yeah?
But they've had some success running the ball, too, on this drive.
Harry Abel takes the snap, and he's going to drop back to pass. Deep left in the corner. And good defense there, yep. John McCall came over from safety.
Jake Houston.
Jake Houston in the corner, yep. Yeah. Good defense there by the Royals.
Yeah, 4th and 10. Let's see, looks like they're bringing in the field goal kicker. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 4. It's a good kicker number.
Adam Vinatieri.
That's right. Greatest of all time. ESPN they had an article this week where they even admitted that he's the greatest of all time.
Admitted.
Well, not admitted, but they recognized him as the greatest.
There we go. Takes the snap. Hold is good. And the kick is no good. Wide left.
Yeah, the crowd on our side, the North Central fans, thought it was good. It always seems like it's good from this angle.
Yeah, it's tough to see, but that kick was wide left, so it is going to stay a 6-0 ball game and the Royals are going to take over from their own 18-yard line. If you're North Central, that's killer. You drove, you got some yards, had opportunity to put some first points of the season up on the board, and just couldn't convert.
Yeah, that's frustrating, and it gives an opportunity to the Royal offense to go down there and kind of take control of this game and make it a two-score game.
It's going to be a handoff, and no gain there for the Royals.
Yeah, the Royal offensive line is not getting very much of a push up front. North Central's getting a lot of penetration, and they're really gang tackling. I mean, there's a lot of people in there. It's not just one guy. It's a lot of people that are beating our offensive linemen. So,
as we were talking about early in the game, DeAndre Rhodes, a key player, has not been targeted this far. A handoff to Nije again on 2nd down and 9, gains about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Yep, 2 runs, 2 yards. Let's see if they pass it here and try to pick up 8. Nate Wolf is in there at the H-back position, lining up just off the right offensive tackle.
Ben Boysen's going to come in motion. They're going to give it to him in jet sweep right.
Oh, man.
And North Central was ready.
Yeah, Nathan Wolf, he got beat on his block. He needed to hook him, and he pushed the guy outside, and then Ben tried to cut it back up, and then the guy went inside and went back out. Nate Wolf just did not do a very good job of blocking on that one, and really Ben didn't have anywhere to go. But good job by the North Central defense, forcing yet another punt.
After the field goal miss.
And they've played as good, other than the pick 6, as the HSE defense. So they've been impressive so far tonight.
Snap. Quick punt, though, and that is a good punt. At the 42, and a little confusion there on who's going to catch it. But he's running a little bit right, and it's tackled there. Good tackle by the Royals. And they're going to take over from about the 49-yard line.
So now North Central is starting to win the field position game. Early on it was the Royals. Now North Central is last drive they started on the plus side of the field. Now they're on the 49, and so just barely on their side of the field. So it's important that the Royals try to flip that field position, hopefully in the second quarter, and then it'll probably be flipped at half no matter what. So
about 6 minutes here until halftime. The North Central Panthers here put up points. That would be big for their momentum and their confidence going into half.
The biggest thing would be confidence.
Yeah. Harry Abel takes the snap, play action. He's got someone over the middle. It's going to be number 84. That's Jaden Martin for a good gain there. It's going to be enough to move the chains down to the 34-yard line. It was a quick pass just right over the middle. No one there.
Yep, it was just play action, almost like a little dump pass, and he was just wide open, and we bit on the play action, and he got up behind the linebackers and was wide open. He's a big target.
He is. The receiver in motion as Harry takes the snap, hands it off to David Smith on the left side. Got some significant yards there. About 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and short. They're moving the ball.
Yeah, really good run by Smith. And good job by the North Central offensive line as well. They're starting to, early on, the Royal defensive line was dominating. They couldn't get anything going from an offensive perspective for the Panthers. But now they're starting to get a push. Maybe the Royals are getting a little bit tired with all the 3 and outs the offense is getting, being on the field a little bit more. And they're starting to get a push up front.
He's got trips right. Harry Abel's going to hand it off left. It's going to be a holding call.
Yeah, that was a blatant one.
Got a yard or 2, but it's going to come back.
Yep, move it back 10. Of course, we can't hear what number it is, but if I had to guess, it'd be number 74.
Last week, we played Lawrence Central, who killed them, just basically shot themselves in the foot there with penalties.
Yeah.
Not too bad here so far. That holding call was a big one, though.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the movement or the momentum you had on this drive. A really good first pass, and then another good run, and then that one would have been close to a first down. Now you're behind the sticks, second down, and forced into probably another passing situation.
Variable takes a snap, looks left, throws left, deep downfield, and it is.
Oh,
Oh, wow. That could have been an ESPN play.
Wow. Man, he just.
Number 12, Richard Hamilton. Almost had a Odell Beckham type catch there. Just could not pull it in.
Jake Houston was in good position. But yeah, that was would be a very athletic catch if he would have made it.
That was the same receiver. Almost had the other catch. Just, yeah, as you were saying, Jake Houston, good defensive position, couldn't do much better, but thankful that he dropped that one.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 now. About 5 minutes until halftime. Trips right. And Richard Hamilton on the left, and he's going to look back to pass. He's rolling out right as Evan Lance had some pressure, but it is caught. Number 7, Keyshawn Pipkin. That's a gain about 14, going to bring up a 4th and 1. That's a good play on 3rd and long.
Yep, and it gives them an opportunity to gain a first down here on 4th down. And way to stay in there by Harry Abel with Evan Lance coming at him strong and gave him a pretty good hit as well. But really good throw and gives him a chance to pick up a first down. Looks like it's more like a
4th and 3.
Yeah, 4th and 3.
Apologies there. It does look like they're going to go for it, though.
Yeah. If I'm the HSE defense, I'm watching the ball, and they're going to have to call timeout because the play clock's at 7. So unless they want to take a penalty, which I cannot imagine they would do.
There's the timeout. It's about 4 minutes and 9 seconds left here in this half. We want to remind you that Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers.
It's been an interesting down. They wanted a little extra time to see what play they wanted to call. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get him to jump off sides first. That already, should have worked earlier if they didn't have a delay of game. JT Munster jumped. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get him to jump it first. And either, if it's 3 yards is a long way to go on a run play because that's kind of what the defense is expecting. So play action pass or a quick slant, quick throw, depending on the coverage, or you can try to run it up the middle and show out the power football, play a little bit of power football, and try to get the first down. But we'll see what they do. David Smith is a strong running back, though, so
he's good power back.
He can get you 3 yards in a pinch. So.
Looks like they're gonna have 2 receivers on either side.
Jaden Martin, look out for the tight end, and
Whistle
Morris calls a timeout. See what they're lining up in, and try to get his defense right.
As the Royals call a timeout, we're gonna take a break here on Southeastern Sports Network. We'll be back with you soon. As we are back from that timeout, let's see what North Central does here on 4th and 3.
It looks like they're lining up at least in the same formation.
Takes a snap.
Oh, pass.
Pass. And it is going to be a slant route, and it's behind the receiver, Richard Hamilton.
And he was open.
And he was. And he is upset. But nevertheless, the Royals are going to take over on downs.
Yeah, I was talking about the play action pass. It even fooled me, even though I already talked about it. The Royals blitzed both their inside backers, Seth Morelli and Nate Haas, and so he was open on a slant route, and Harry Abel just threw the ball behind him, and unfortunate for them because he was open and would have had the catch for a first down. So here comes Hobson and Royal offense now trying to get something going.
About 4 minutes. This is the 4-minute drill. And
they're going to have
call a whistle.
Timeout. North Central, they had a guy come out late right onto the field. Larry Campbell just came right off the sideline all of a sudden and started running out there right before they were called to play. So they only had 10, and so they burn a timeout and get things situated.
Panthers' final timeout at the half.
It's going to be North Central's final timeout, so it'll be interesting to look at if they do get the ball back.
Yeah.
They might have needed that one. As we are back here about 1st and 10. Hobson with Ben in the shifting, and he's going to roll out right, and it's going to be an interception, and that's going to go to the house.
Well, now we're even. What a play. That was a screen play, and he just...
Hobson did not see him at all.
He threw it to the wrong jersey, wrong player, but yeah, that's unfortunate. He was under pressure, and he kind of rushed it, and pick 6 the other way. The band was doing some spinning music playing going, or they were doing that, and maybe that sparked a good play by the Panther defense. So,
but this extra point.
Yeah, this could give North Central the lead after the Royal defense has done a great job stopping them. But the HC offense, this has not been an ideal start for them at all.
Hold is good, and the kick is good. So it is going to be 7-6 North Central.
That changes the feel of things.
That does. Throughout this game, feels like HSE was kind of had a hold on things, but it is North Central's lead now. So the Royals need to respond here before halftime.
It's a defensive showdown. It's a little bit concerning after last week. The Royal offense just looked really good last week, really sharp, and this week not so much. A lot of 3-and-outs, turnover. Not really much going. Running game hasn't developed at all, and so Hobson's been forced into some passing situations that really haven't worked out either.
Yeah.
So
it's a defensive battle thus far.
Yeah, North Central's a good defense, but it's just unfortunate. After last week, you expected them for that to carry over into this game, and that just has not happened yet so far tonight. And it's going to have to happen now because we're going to have to score again to get the lead back and to eventually win the game. So hopefully they can get some momentum going to the half, make themselves feel a little bit better. As they do get the ball in the second half, though, the Royals do first.
They do.
Kicking off at his own 40.
This would be huge. Take the ball, go down, score, get the ball again, halftime, score again.
It's the Bill Belichick. Yeah, the double whammy.
Make it 2-possession game, our lead. Let's see how things play out here.
You got to score first.
Looks like North Central player was going to be, past the line before the kicker kicked the ball. So
moving back 5 and re-kick.
The legal procedure offsides on the Panthers.
Small as 5 yards that's big. With only about 4 minutes left, HSE will take all the field position that they can get.
Especially if this next kick is a bad kick, it can make a big difference. But
we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
So it was like when Hayes was here, some kid was their kicker for the first like 2 games. He missed like 6 extra points and he was horrible. And Hayes
Kicking off from the 35-yard line now. Let's see where this one goes.
fairly moves the ball. The best off-ball coach.
And another whistle.
Yeah, Coach Morris is wondering what the heck's going on.
As are we. The ref is coming out to the ball. They talking to the kicker. Not really sure what's going on here, Tyler.
I have no idea.
He never really doesn't
Just want to give everyone a break, maybe. Just
this guy kind of
Everyone settle down.
yeah.
Take a second.
Did he mind it?
Is it
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
an issue with the wind up or the steps that he was taking? Well, third time is a charm. Third,
Don't jinx them.
hopefully. And we are, it's going to be a low kick. Kick about the 16-yard line return. Tackled about the 26-yard line.
DeAndre Rhodes.
Yeah, DeAndre Rhodes is taking the ball. So let's see what these Royal offense can do. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left until halftime. And if you're the Royals offense, you are in need of a good drive here.
Yeah, like I said, they haven't had anything going for them on offense yet, and obviously threw the pick six and made things difficult for yourself, giving up because your defense has done such a great job. You kind of just screwed things up, and now North Central has the lead, even though your defense has played great. So the offense has got to get it back and get some momentum heading into the second half.
Takes the snap, hands it off to Nijay. Nijay's got a little bit of room for about 4 yards.
A lot of runs on first downs
Yeah, we
so
haven't
far
seen-
for HSE.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many passes yet.
Unless they've had to, which is interesting because they did a really good job throwing the ball last week. So maybe they're saving it for the second half.
Maybe so. Got trips left. Nijay next to Andrew Hobson takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to him again up the middle. Got a little bit more room. So it's going to be close to the line of gain, and they're going to move
First
the
down.
chains. It's going to be first down Royals. Just takes the snap quick, hands it off, and he is met
Nowhere to
behind
go.
the line of scrimmage for about a loss of 3 or 4.
Really good penetration by the North Central
Yeah,
defensive
we've got somebody
line,
down.
and
Is that
could be
Nijay?
Drew. No, I think that's Drew Parker, the center. Well, I can't tell. No, that might be.
It's not Nijay. Nijay's jogging off, but he's moving his right leg.
I think he's got. Looks like maybe a shoulder or something. Looks like he's. Once I get the number, I'll be able to better.
Looks like he is getting up.
Yeah, that's
though.
Drew Parker. That's his shoulder. He was questionable to play tonight because of his shoulder. So I'm wondering if he just re-aggravated or re-injured that.
Coach Morris out there now.
Drew Parker is a really good offensive lineman. Played last year as I helped coach him, as long as another great coach, L.H. Bond. He was the offensive line coach for the freshmen last year, and he was a really good lineman for us, played really hard. He was a guard for us last year and has been forced into center just because of the Andrew Irick injury that happened over the offseason. Irick would have been a senior this year and would have started at center. Because of that injury, he was kind of forced into the starting center role and has done a pretty good job so far, being a sophomore. And he's going to continue to improve, and he's a really good football player, and it's going to be fun over the next couple of years to watch him.
Was able to walk off. It'll be interesting to see if he comes back. He's got just 3 minutes until halftime, so we will keep an eye on him.
Be interesting to see how the snaps go.
Takes the snap, looks quick left to DeAndre. He's got about 4 or 5 yards there. Had almost a spin out of the defenders, but had him by the ankles. So it's going to bring up a third and about 6.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going quick here. Trips right. Nijay in the backfield. As you were talking about earlier, seeing what the defense is doing. And
Trying to get him to jump at the same time.
yep. Motions Nijay, takes the snap. He's looking, pump fakes. Now he throws it over the middle, and DeAndre, it's going down to the 18-yard line. That is a big play for the Royals. And that's the same post play they ran the week 1 that was so successful for him, and it worked there again.
Yeah, DeAndre Rhodes on a skinny post, and He was open, and a really good ball by Andrew Hobson, and good yards after catch by DeAndre. Way to hold on to the ball at the end, and puts the Royals in the red zone with 2 minutes left in the first half.
Nijay in the backfield. Hobson takes the snap and hands it off to him right up the middle. And about a gain of 1 before he's stopped. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. And the clock is running with 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go in this half. HSE does have 2 timeouts left. We'll see. Interesting to see if they use them here or not, but nevertheless, 2nd down and 9. Hobson's looking over to the sidelines.
Yeah, North Central doesn't have any, so they can't stop it to try to get the ball back before the half. This clock will be running as long as HSE wants it to be.
Takes the snap. Pump fakes, and he was throwing it as he fell.
Slipped.
It was intended for Ben Boys in there. He had him open, but just unfortunate there he slipped. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Stops the clock with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, Ben Boysen just ran a quick hitch route, and he was open, and Hobson would have had good timing. He just slipped and lost his footing, and forced the ball to go low and away, and so it was incomplete. But that's a big 3rd down.
3rd and 9. Hobson motions Nijay out wide, so it's going to be lone set, and he's going to take the snap, and he's hit as he throws, and he was caught by DeAndre about the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
That was a very good throw there under pressure. Good catch, DeAndre Rhodes, and we are set up at the 1 yard line. And it looks like HSE.
What a throw, and what a job by Andrew Hobson. Staying in the pocket, being calm, under pressure, with 3 guys going to hit him, and a really good catch by DeAndre Rhodes as well.
We were talking about how he wasn't really getting involved, and here he is, 2 big catches on this drive.
Right on cue.
Clock ticking, 50 seconds left.
Yeah, if you're HC, you want this to run a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to run this down. Takes a snap, hands off to Nijay, and he is in for a touchdown, Royals. So it is going to be 12-7. 13 pending the extra point.
Lunges ahead for 2 yards into the end zone for a
There's a big score there right before halftime, as we were talking about the beginning of this drive. Now it's gonna shift the momentum going into halftime.
That's right, a big play. Big play and a big drive. And when Andrew Hobson needed to step up and make some big throws, he did that on this drive. And he found DeAndre Rhodes, who's quickly becoming, I think, his favorite receiver, favorite target to throw to. So big drive from the Royals. And it's always a question with our kicking game right now, see if they can make the PAT.
And it is good.
Good.
So it's going to be 13-7. 45 seconds left in the first half. Big drive there for the Royals. Got a couple big plays. Ended up in the score.
Here in quarter number 2, prior to the end of our
and they're going to, and HSE with getting the ball in the second half first, if they can not let up a score before halftime, get the lead going into the half and come out and score, that would be huge. Give them a lot of momentum heading into the rest of the second half. It really could be, usually the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 of the second half are really, really important for setting momentum going into half and then coming out of half. And it can change the way you feel about a ball game and change the storyline and really can change the outcome as well. So the Royals won the last couple minutes so far, barring a North Central touchdown, and then they can come out and score and put some points on the board.
All
they
of
can
a sudden,
start off
it's
the
20-0.
second half well.
20-7.
27, yeah. Which would be huge, especially on the road too.
Yes.
Quite the crowd, get them out of it a little bit.
Yeah, big props to North Central. They got quite the crowd tonight.
Yeah, it's their home opener, so it's good to see a big crowd and some.
Had a tailgate as we were coming in.
Yeah.
You tell that they love the football here.
Oh yeah. And HC has let's say, a pretty good away crowd as well. Student section over there.
Alex Corrales looking to put this one away. With about 45 seconds left in the half. He kicks it. It's going to be a squib kick and big bounce.
It really was.
And about the 18-yard line, pick it up and got some room
over
the
right.
Block
in the back. Yeah, that's coming back. That was blatant. That wasn't even close.
Yep, there's a flag down.
Number 2,
move him back.
Johnson.
But that was a little bit concerning for a second.
It looked scary a little bit.
Yeah.
Had some room to the right, but
the outside contained guy got beat to the outside a little bit and then got blocked in the back. So.
North Central 35. And the Panthers
But what a squib kick. That thing bounced really high up into the air.
Gave
that's
the
what you
Royals
want.
defenders
Yeah.
a lot of time to get to the
Get
North
down
Central
there and get in
offense.
position, yeah.
But they are going to move him back, as we were saying. 39 seconds left. 39 seconds left. You're down by 6 points. Are you just running the clock out, getting to halftime, or are you starting something?
They're on their own 14-yard line, and we're throwing 6 interceptions combined between the two quarterbacks last week, and another one, a pick 6 in today's game. I am not risking it, but they come out and trips left, so we'll see what they do. It could very well just be a run, get out of here, and go into the half, draw play.
It's going to be a draw, and he's got some room. It's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah. Well, at least gets their drive started if they wanted to go, and maybe if they run it again and pick up another 10 yards, maybe then they do try to go for it. But
looks like they're moving a little fast.
Yeah. Clock's running, though. They do not have any timeouts, so that's also important to note.
It looks like they're taking their time.
Yeah,
Harry Abel's coming to the sideline, checking for the play.
And they can
run the clock out.
Yeah.
Take it to half.
Yeah, and
that looks like what they're going to do.
Yeah. So good half for the Royals. Obviously, the one mistake, Andrew Hobson, the pick 6 on the screen pass. Other than that, they had Royals offense had one really good drive, the last drive right before the half, get a touchdown, and then so far their HC defense has been rock solid and has not let up anything. So hopefully that continues in the second half, and hopefully the Royals get off to a good start in the second half, and it'll be fun to see. And North Central, although it's not as bad as what it could be, really. HSE is kind of, I wouldn't say dominated, but they have done a really good job on defense and had another really good offensive drive, and North Central kind of got bailed out by a bad offensive play by the Royals. So they're feeling okay. HSE is feeling all right, and it'll be important that first drive after the half, who can kind of take momentum and if the Royals can score on that first drive. But exciting first half, a couple defensive plays, a couple pick 6s. And
always love to see some defensive plays there.
Yeah.
We go into halftime. We are going to take a short break, but do not go anywhere. We will be back shortly with some halftime analysis of this first half. Back with you next.
By the Eastwood Middle School Marching Band under the direction of David Ebersole, Northview Middle School. Actually, that's Laura Vanderhagen from Eastwood Middle School, David Ebersole from Northview, and Holly May from West Lane. Those are your middle school band directors. And those bands will be joining the Marching Panthers here in just a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we present to you the North Central Marching Panthers. This season, the Marching Panthers will feature selections made famous by our neighbors from across the pond. To kick off the music of our British invasion, we present to you the signature theme song from that all too familiar British intelligence agent. We hope that you enjoy the music to James Bond. As a part of your halftime entertainment, we'd like to welcome more than 150 middle school band students from Eastwood, Northview, and West Lane for our middle school band night. For our next selection, we showcase the North Central Pantherettes along with the dance team from West Lane Middle School on a song featured in the classic spy comedy film, Austin Powers. We hope you enjoy Soul Bossa Nova. Yeah, baby. For our final selection, we would like to present an all-time hit by the Beatles. This selection was written by legendary songwriter Paul McCartney and was featured on the band's album A Hard Day's Night, released in 1964. We hope you enjoy Can't Buy Me Love. Let's hear it for one more time for the 2019 Marching Panthers, Pantherettes, and the middle school students from Eastwood, Northview, and West Lane Middle School. We'd like to thank the band directors from each school, Laura Vanderhagen from Eastwood Middle School, David Ebersole from Northview Middle School, and Holly May from West Lane Middle School. The 2019 Marching Panthers are under the direction of Andrew Brinkman and Rick Granlund, and percussion instructor Lauren Lemmy. The Pantherettes are under the direction of Heidi Gessner. Thank you for your support of the 2019 Marching Panthers. Fans, if you would please direct your attention to the track at track level at the front of our main west grandstand here on the west side of Panther Stadium for the presentation of the state championship certificates and rings for the 2019 Indiana High School Athletic Association Boys State Champion Track and Field Panthers. Team members include Tony Adayanu, Hayden Alvey Knapp, your Indiana All-Star and state champion discus thrower, All-State in the shot put, Ethan Alye, Jerry Asakunowo, Peyton Broadwater, All-State 4x100 relay, Rodney Burns, Larry Campbell, Indiana All-Star, All-State in the 400, 4x1 and 4x4, Damian Clay. Team member Nicholas Davis. Jean Deem Lorero, Indiana All-Star, state runner-up in the 4x800 and All-State 4x4. Tierno Diallo. Quinn Ford. State runner-up in the 4x800 and All-State in the 3,200 meter run, Alex Fry. All-State 4x100, Armin Green. Team member Shane Gupton. Jack Hawes. State runner-up in the 4x800 and All-State 4x400, Howard Hendricks. Team members Dominic Hickman, Sawyer Hussein, Justin Mabaru Shamana, Aiden Minto, Jay Murdoch, Ibrahim Nesangimamba. State runner-up in the 4x800, O'Neill Asanat. Team member Eric Peterson, Jonathan Peterson. All-State 4x100, Emmanuel Rome, Ricky Vu, Trevon Williams. Coaches, assistant coach James Bell, Anthony Dean, Alex Stowers, Chad Wallace, and your 2019 IHSAA state champion coach, head coach Taylor Marshall. Congratulations to the 2019 IHSAA State Track and Field Champions. Here are your 2019 Girls Indiana High School Athletic Association Track and Field Champions. These girls were the MIC champions, county champions, Pike Invitational champions, sectional champions, regional champions, and we are honoring the state champions. Team members, Anaya Richardson, Wahiwa Kazera, Mackenzie Carroll, Ashlyn Walker-Quarles, Tracy Gooch, Jane Hirschman, Arissa Boyd, Rose Kafer, Delaney Moore. 4x800 state finalist, Ellen Baker. 4x8 state finalist, Adrian Jackson. 4x8 state finalist, Gabby Green. 4x800 state finalist, Adriana Boyd. Long jump state finalist, Shanye Soul. Discus state finalist, Madison Ingle. Shot put and discus state finalist, Brianna Robinson. State champion in the 4x100 meter relay, Jaden Maddox. School record holder in the 300 meter hurdles.
Welcome back to Southeastern Sports Network. It's about 2 minutes left here at halftime. We are going to give some first half analysis with this of the 13-7 first half. First off, Andrew Hobson, 79 yards in the first half, no touchdowns. I went to Nijay, who has 25 yards, and the 2-yard punch-in that he had. A big receiver, DeAndre Rhodes, 54 yards in the first half. He's on track to have another big game, Tyler.
Yeah, he had a great game last week. DeAndre did, and he had a really good. Really, the offense has only had one really good drive.
He was a big part of that.
Yeah,
too.
and he was a big part of it. And so he did a really good job on that drive. A couple good catches. If they can continue that momentum in the second half, and they can have a big second half as a team, he's going to have a big second half as a receiver because he's a big part of the offense. And then, the Royal defense also played really well, and it's really the reason that HSE is winning, because early on the HSE offense didn't do them any favors. But it was a good half overall, and looking forward to the second half with the Turner.
Yes, and as you were talking about this defense, some defensive staffs in the first half. Michael Cherry with the big pick 6 coming in, also has 3 tackles thus far. Big player on defense for the Royals. Another big performance. Evan Lance, as we were talking about, 3 tackles. Haven't seen the dance yet, but hoping to see that in the second half.
Yeah, maybe he toned it down just a little bit after last week. Coach Morris had a talk with him or something, but he's done some celebrating. Not as much as he did last week, but he's had a really good first half. It doesn't necessarily come up as much in the stat sheet. He only has a few tackles, but his pressures and his hurries that he's forced has really been something to watch. He is just dominating on those plays. He's dominating the offensive lineman in front of him, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with not only the rest of this game, but the rest of the season.
And another co-leader in tackles, Joel Cheche, also 3 tackles. So Evan Lance, Joel Cheche, and Michael Cherry all with 3 tackles tonight in the first half. Is going to be a fun second half to watch. And as we are awaiting the second half, we do want to remind you Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN.
Some halftime scores. Fishers leads Pike at halftime 20-6. Another good game for Fishers as they beat North Central last week 26-0 at the Horseshoe Classic at Lucas Oil Stadium. So they're off to another good start. And then another, maybe a little bit of a surprise, but not really that much, because Avon is ranked second in the state, and HSE plays them next week at home at Reynolds Royal Stadium. And so show out for that one, or we'll be there as well if you can't make it. But Ben Davis is losing, or Avon is beating Ben Davis 24-3 at the half. So that will be a tall task next week for Hamilton Southeastern. And then not next Friday, obviously, because that's against Avon, but the week after is already the Mudsock game, the annual HSE Fishers game, and this year it's at Fishers, so that will be a huge game. And so the next couple weeks are really important for HSE as they
that
start
Mudsock game.
Yeah.
Both teams off to a good start in the seasons.
Yeah. HSE's got to finish it off here. Of course, Fishers obviously looking like they're going to win tonight, but you never know in football. So
there's potential if HSE has a big game versus Avon, that this Mudsock game could give whoever loses their first loss of the season. That would be pretty crazy.
That would be something. Of course, you can't overlook Avon whatsoever. I mean, Avon is next week. That's going to be a very tough matchup for HSE. And you know, Avon beat them last year. Last year is at Avon pretty handedly. So hopefully next week HSE will come ready to play, and they're going to be playing the number 2 team in the state. So they should be ready. But they got to finish off tonight first. This game is nowhere near over. It's only 13-7, and but it would be huge for the Royals to start off this second half with a really good drive, and go down and score a touchdown, make this 20 or 20-7 most likely. Could be 19 the way the kicking game has gone over the first game and a half. But
the second half and quarter number 3.
We'll have to see what happens. We're about 45 seconds away from kickoff.
One final stat from that Avon game. Ben Davis was attempting a field goal, and Avon blocked it and took it to the house going into halftime.
That's one way to go into halftime. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Warren Central is up 14-7 against Louisville Trinity at half.
Scott Hogue back to kick for.
We are back. North Central is about to kick off, get the second half underway. It is going to be a good kick. About the 15-yard line, DeAndre Rhodes is going to take it to the left side and tackle around the legs there. About the 26-yard line, and that's where the Royals will take it.
Yep, not a bad return out to the 26. Not bad field position either. And here comes the Royal offense. And other than that last drive that they scored a touchdown on, didn't have a very good first half. So although they scored on the last drive, I'm sure Coach White is talking to them at half, making corrections. And they're going to come out hopefully ready to play here and go down and score and continue that momentum that they gained at the end of the first half and bring it in the second half.
As the Royals come out, they've got trips right. Looks like Nijay in the backfield still. He's going to hand it off to him right up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards.
Another first down run.
I was about to say we're coming out with the same look. Playing conservative here to start the half. It'll be interesting to see if DeAndre Rhodes has another big half leading up for another big game, but it seems like every time they implement him in the offense, good things happen. So
yeah. And Ben Boysen's also another one to watch out for, too. He's very capable of exploding here in the second half.
The Royals have very versatile weapons on offense. Looks quick pass to DeAndre. The slant route was behind him, but he was able to catch it and is going to bring up a third and about 2 yards. It was a good catch there by DeAndre. Throws behind him.
Yep, they had it was trips right, and the inside receiver ran a bubble route, and then the two on the outside ran slants. And so a really good a really good catch, I should say, by DeAndre Rhodes. The throw is a little bit behind him, but DeAndre so far this season has really sure hands and has just done a great job of catching the ball.
He takes the snap, hands it off to Nijay on the third down, and he gets enough. It's going to be first down Royals, and there's first down of the first drive of the second half.
Yep, the Royals pulled a guard around on that one and let up through the hole. And they got the first down out of it. And it looks like Evan Lance is in at center. So defensive lineman who's made some noise tonight on defense side is in at center playing offense, playing both ways. So good for Evan.
As Hobson's looking over to the sideline, relaying the message and waiting the snap from his own 39-yard line. Puts Ben in motion. Waits for it, takes the snap and hands it to him. It's going to be a jet sweep to the right. He cuts back right into a North Central defender. That's number 1, Deshaun Hunter, with a good wrap-up tackle and no gain.
Yeah, good play by Hunter. He had a really good tackle in open space. And Ben Boysen is a very shifty, athletic wide receiver who was running the ball in that case, but really good play by the North Central defense, and another one of those jet sweeps. We see Ben Boysen do that a lot, several times a game, the jet sweeps, and there's another one, this time only for about a gain of a yard, though.
Looks like Royals got a little bit of extra linemen. Got the H back in and 2 receivers out left. Takes the snap, looks left, and he's going to throw it to DeAndre. Oh, the pass was just high over the middle. Looked like he was running a little bit of a post, but too high for him that time.
Yeah, it was just a tad high, even for DeAndre. DeAndre's he's a tall receiver and really has a wide catch radius, and but that one was just even too high for him. And that brings up 3rd and 9.
Just about 2.5 minutes into this 3rd quarter, the Royals throws it down the middle, and it was a tough pass. Dangerous throw there over the middle to Ben Boysen. Just couldn't hang on to it. Got hit over the middle, but I guess thankful that wasn't an interception. Looked a little dangerous to me.
I mean, it was a good throw in a tight space, and Ben had it, but it was the hit that dislodged the ball, and it was a big hit. And unfortunately, Ben just couldn't hold on to it, so bring out the punt team, and Ben goes back to punt it away. So not the start you really wanted for HSE. You had a couple chances, just the throws were a little bit high or a little bit behind, and they're going to punt it away to North Central.
And it hits one of our linemen, and Boysen's going to fall on it, and North Central's going to take over at the HSE 30-yard line. So big mishap there on the long snap. Long snapper just hit one of our linemen there, and well, it's going to be a big opportunity North Central now.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. That it almost looked like it was intended for. I know it wasn't, but it was just there was no chance that had anywhere that was going to go back and reach the punter. So it was just I don't know what happened, but bad mistake.
Got Henry Abel and David Smith in the backfield. Takes the snap with the jet sweep. He cuts back, and he's going to get defense there by the Royals for a gain of about 2 yards. Harry Abel, apologies there. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
It's a big drive now from North Central. I mean, they need to capitalize off the HSE mistake on special teams. And this is how they can take over the second half if they score and get themselves back in the lead. So this is a big drive for them, and of course also on the flip side, a big drive for the HSE defense.
Takes a snap, and he's going to look right, and he's throwing it. And it is just out of bounds. The receiver had a shot to catch the ball there, just too far out. And he's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. And North Central has thrown a couple deep shots and been really close to converting almost all of them there. So,
yeah, they almost had a really crazy catch in the first half. OBJ-like play, ESPN top 10, but weren't able to convert it. And then that was another deep throw that was just too close to the sideline and just threw it out of bounds. So we'll bring up about 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and so a big play for both teams here.
Harry takes the snap. He's going to drop back and throw the little screen pass over the middle, and he's got some room, and it's going to be enough for a first down and more. He's tackled about the 15-yard line, and North Central is moving.
Yeah, the Royals had a defender right behind him that stumbled, and it allowed the running back to keep going. And I believe it was Joel Cheche who stumbled. He was right behind him for a second, and then stumbled and allowed the first down. So good play call. That's the second time that screen play has kind of worked tonight. And with the Royals getting so much pressure up the middle from their defensive line, it's nice to get to a screen play and kind of use their pressure against them.
Takes the snap and he's going to hand it off in the middle. He's got a little bit of room, but tackled quickly there Number 51, JT Muchner on the tackle
Ball carrier number 20.
after about a gain of 2 yards for 2nd and 8.
JT Butler to a tackler for the Royals.
Another beautiful weather night, second Friday in a row.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to have some good weather on these Friday nights.
Hopefully that continues.
Yeah, some great football weather. Takes the snap, hands it off to David Smith on the right side. Cuts upfield and is tackled right about
Ball
the
carrier number
8 or
34,
9
JT
yard.
Smith.
Looks about the 9-10 yard line. So going to be 2nd and 3 coming up. 3rd and 3, excuse me, for North Central.
Be interesting to see what the Panthers do here. It's kind of an in-between play where you can run the ball and still pick it up, or it's kind of also far enough away that it could be a passing down as well. So be interesting to see what they do.
Takes a snap, looks quick left,
Got
over
him.
the middle, and he's caught. And that is going to be a touchdown, North Central. Just floated the ball over the defenders there.
Yeah, number 84,
Very able pass.
Jaden Martin, excuse me.
Jaden Martin.
And we talked about him in the first half. He's a big target. He had a really good catch early in the first half, and this time he catches it for a touchdown. So good drive by the Panthers. They have come out ready to play in the second half. Got a stop on defense when the Royals had the ball out of the half, and then took advantage of the special teams mistake. So with this PAT, they could take the lead and take the momentum going forward for the rest of the second half. Not the start that Coach Morris and company wanted. Oh, what do they call it? Oh, they called a penalty.
Wow, that is.
I didn't even see it. That's my fault.
I didn't see that one either. It's a big call. That's going to take away 6 points, and it's going to create a 3rd and 9 for North Central.
That's a big difference. So
that is a huge difference there.
Take back everything I just said.
Takes the snap. He's looking for the same play almost, and
that's pass interference.
pass interference.
Yeah.
It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, he hit him, and I mean it was a similar route, not the same player, but it was a similar route. These almost like a post route, and
HSE got there a little too early.
The middle of the field has been open the last couple plays, and the Panthers are going to get a first down out of this and continue the drive. So.
Pass interference will create an automatic first down, I think.
Well, it's not automatic in high school, so it should be half the distance. So it looks like it still might be a little bit short.
Wow. Let's see what they call it.
Because right now the marker is short of the first down on the far side of the field. And the ref is talking to the North Central sideline. So we'll see what they do here. It's not an automatic first down, so it looks from right now is where they've spotted it. He's going to be short.
This is a big call.
Because they're so close to the end zone, it's half the distance. So it's not the normal yardage that it would be in the middle of the field, which I believe is 15 yards. So
they're going to
stay
stay
with
with that
the distance. It's
3rd and 1 now.
Yeah.
From the about 7-yard line. Takes a snap, play action, he rolls out. Some pressure by the HSE, and it's tipped and intercepted! Intercepted by the Royals, and that is a huge interception. All momentum back to the HSE
It looked
there.
like they were playing volleyball. He tipped it to him, and I didn't see who got the interception, but wow.
That's going to be number 5, Luke Childers. That is a huge, Larry Jones, excuse me, on defense, but that is a huge interception nevertheless. Goes from a touchdown North Central to HSE's ball.
That's a huge swing. That is a huge swing. I mean, North Central really should have had a touchdown, and then Abel should not have thrown that ball. That was the dumb decision. He was rolling out. All he could have ran the ball. but he pump faked and helped put it down and then threw it again, or then decided to throw it, and it was just way too late and it resulted in an interception. So
good pressure from the D-line, maybe forced that one a little bit. Hands off to Nijay right up the middle, and he's pushed back. It's going to be no gain on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 and another first down run.
So now that this is the second interception by Abel, so he threw 5 in the first game. This is now his second in game number 2. 7 interceptions in not even 7 quarters of football. So that's not the greatest.
And then Nijay takes the snap again. Another run. It's going to be about another yard gained.
Slowly but surely, we're moving down the field.
We're going to need a little bit more than 1 yard of play, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't get 10 plays to make 10 yards, or else we would probably get it. But another third down, we haven't really. It's so far, or at least it's been run, pass. So maybe next drive they'll start to switch it up a little bit.
Interesting point here. Tylen Taylor, the junior, is in the backfield, and I think his first snaps of the game so far. Let's see if he gets the ball here. Ben Boysen in motion. He's going to play action and under pressure, and it is caught by DeAndre Rose on the post route. And old faithful DeAndre Rose with a first down Royals and a big play there.
Yeah, whenever Hobson gets in trouble, he just looks for number 86, big DeAndre Rhodes, and yet another catch by DeAndre. He's having the start of the season of his life. I mean, game number 1, and then he's coming up big as well in game number 2. So
he's loving the post
route. That's a big play, too, because we'd have had to punt it away if we don't make that. So great job by DeAndre, and way to hang in there again by Andrew Hobson under pressure.
Got 2 receivers on the right side and DeAndre on the left, and he's going to hand it off to Tylen Taylor. Shifty back and got 4 yards there on first down. It was a good run.
A good run by Tylen, and brings up 2nd and 6. Finally, it's not 2nd and 9 or 2nd and 8. It's a little bit close to the first down marker. So
we're going to line up trips right. Tylen Taylor is going to stay in the backfield. HSE is up 13-7 after North Central had their touchdown wiped away by the penalty call. As Andrew Hobson takes the snap and is going to hand it off to Tylen to the left side, and he's got some room. And he spins away from a tackle, and it's going to be a first down Royals. That was another good run there by Tylen Taylor.
Yeah, they ran to the weak side, and I don't think North Central was expecting that. And first down for the Royals. Really good run by Tylen Taylor, and a good job by the left side of that offensive line to give him a lane to run through.
Looking like he's really making the most of these snaps that he's getting here. Lining up in the same formation, trips right. Looking over to the sideline for a play. Up the 40-yard line, takes a snap. Play action, and he's going to pass to Ben Boysen about the 49-yard line on North Central side of the field now, and it's going to be another first down Royals.
Yeah, we're moving the ball now after that big play by DeAndre at the beginning of the drive. We're starting to move the ball, and just good route by Boysen, good throw, good catch, first down Royals, and they keep on moving.
That run game by Tylen Taylor is really opening up the passing game now, because North Central's got to focus on the run a little bit more, allowing some holes. Ben Boysen and Tylen's motioning out left. Hobson's empty back, takes the snap, and he's looking right, throws it over the middle, and that was a dangerous throw.
Yeah, that got away from him.
That did. He wants that one back.
Yeah. Ben wasn't that open either, so he jumped the gun a little bit and then also threw it high on top of it. And he's lucky he threw it high, because if he didn't throw it high, that's an interception. So tough play by Hobson there. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Just inside North Central's territory. Trips right and looking like the Wildcat with Ben Boysen. He's going to take the snap. He's going to run it up right up the middle. He's going to get some good yards. He's got probably about 3 yards, so it's going to be a 3rd and 7 for the Royals.
Yeah, another big third down. This is a possible, depending on how close you get to the first down, 2-down territory, been on the plus side of the field. I will say Ben Boysen has done a pretty good job at punting tonight, so you're not maybe as concerned as the punting game now as you were going into the game, but still a very possible 2-down to get 7 yards here.
Again, 3 receivers. On the right side, Thailand takes the snap, and it's going to be fumble, and it looks like North Central is going to have this one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a
North
botched
Central.
handoff.
Yeah, they tried to run a similar play. They just ran running back to the weak side, and either miscommunication or a bobble from Hobson or from Taylor. One of the two things happened, and unfortunately the Royals turned the ball over after a promising drive. And Coach Morris is fired up over there on the sideline. He's unhappy with the way that drive turned out, and
telling the defense get this ball right back.
Yeah.
Making moves. HSE had some pretty big plays there. Just unfortunate fumble. Just now North Central's chance to take the lead.
Yeah, timeout, Coach Morris.
Didn't like what he saw.
That's kind of a you get the turnover, and then you got to call a timeout on top of it. It's just like that's not what Coach Morris. Yeah, adding salt to the wound. Coach Morris did not want to call that timeout, but he had to. Did not have the right personnel on the field. So now HC has 2 timeouts left for the second half, so it's tough to take note of going forward as this game is still very much in the balance and a close game, even though it's felt like HSE is, for the most part, really played. They played well at spots, and they haven't played well at spots, but their defense has been strong really the whole game and has made some big plays. And North Central hasn't even scored yet on offense, so you feel like HSE should be up more than 6 points, but they're not. So it's
seems
just
like
the reality
a
of
theme this season. Feels like week 1 we were feeling the same way.
Yeah. I mean, week 1 we should have won by 2 or 3 touchdowns. At least it felt like we won by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and unfortunately we didn't. And here comes North Central.
North Central, yep. Harry Abel, 2 receivers on either side. Hence play action. He's going to throw the slant to the left side, and it's going to be a flag.
Got a flag.
It's enough for the first down pending the penalty.
Pass completed to number
12.
12.
It's on HSE, so they will likely decline this. At least the ref pointed towards HSE, holding defense, so they're going to
will decline
that.
Play
Yeah.
was called defensive holding, but that flag has been a penalty declined. And that'll bring
the chains are going to
another
move, so it's first down North Central.
Panthers.
On the HSE 46-yard line.
First down.
Trips right, David Smith with him in the backfield. Rolling out right. And looking to throw deep, and he does, and he's got a receiver, and he's underthrown.
Yeah. Michael Cherry got in there to break it up. If he throws that leading the receiver, that's a touchdown. But because he underthrew it and it was just a tad late, Michael Cherry was able to recover and get back in front and break up the pass. But he had time to. The receiver was open for a couple of seconds, and by a couple steps, he just threw it a little bit late and a little bit underthrown, and allowed Michael Cherry to get back into the play. So, but good job by Michael.
He throws that ball 5 yards more as a touchdown. North Central is going to be taking the lead, but he does not, so it is going to bring up 2nd and 10. About 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Seems like a quick third quarter from the 41-yard line.
Oh, you got a
false start.
Oh,
and
I
they're
guess
not going to call it, but
what was that?
Harry
That was
Abel's
odd.
falls. They
That
didn't
was
call a penalty.
Odd play. Like Harry knew it was a false start, so he just went down and
didn't call it though.
They didn't call it. I mean, that was.
I mean, they lost 5 yards anyway. So.
But unfortunate for them, they don't get the down back. So that was just. That was weird.
Yes, it was.
3rd and 15 at the 40.
So it's going to be 3rd and 15 now. Got 2 receivers on either side. And if I'm the Royals defense, I'm expecting a pass. And it is going to be a pass. Steps up in the pocket, and he's going to throw it right, and it is going to be about 5 yards short of the receiver.
Yeah, good pressure by Joel Cheche.
And the punt team for North Central is going to come onto the field. So after the fumble for HSE, good defense forces the North Central Panthers to punt the ball right back. Hurts field position a little bit, but we do limit our damages and hold them to 0 on that drive. So
Yeah, good response by the HSE defense, and we'll see how the punter does trying to pin the Royals deep.
And that's a good punt, and they're telling him to get away from it.
Oh, he's tried to fake the fair catch.
And that was a great play.
Yeah, Jake Houston, what a smart play. He ran up, faked the fair catch, confused the North Central gunners and defenders who were out there, and then it goes way over his head and into the end zone. So great job by Jake Houston. And just a quick note, an exciting thing for Southeastern Sports Network. We just achieved 1,000 followers on Twitter, so that is pretty cool.
Big thank you to all of you guys.
Yeah, thank you for following us, and if you're not following us,
Southeastern SN on Twitter. Make sure to follow us, and
Instagram as well. Yeah.
Yep. All Royal Athletic news, live updates of some games, and very good.
And some great pictures too.
Yes, about to say.
Our social media guru Evan Miller has been taking some great pictures from Royals practice, from football, from other sports as well. And so go out and check his work both on our Twitter page and our Instagram page. It's some really great content. And we also do social media during the week. We also have a
daily theme.
Yeah, we have a daily theme, like a Throwback Thursday, where we mention previous Royal teams. So
Trivia Tuesday. Chance to show off your knowledge.
Some HSE knowledge, HSE trivia. So it's a really, really cool social media account. If you're not following that, you're missing out, and you're missing out on some Royal content
Key
as well.
news too. Yep. Expand on that. Our SSN team producing tonight. Tristan Fluhr. He's the man on the computer, seeing everything that you're seeing is done by him. The graphics, the scoreboard, everything. We're very thankful for him tonight. And Nathan Goergen running our stats today, getting the yardages and touchdowns that we're using. Big thank you to him. And also up top, Lee Cook running camera tonight for the game that you're watching, being able to watch. That is all him up there. And Tyler and I are just two voices you're hearing, and there's a lot more to it.
Yeah,
than just us.
They blessed us. But we also have to thank the North Central Athletic Department for allowing us to be here. They've been very nice to us and welcoming, and thanks to them for allowing us to broadcast this game tonight.
He's going to hand it off to Tyler Taylor on the left side, and he's got some room, and he's going to run. And he just stepped out of bounds. That was a good run, had a lot of potential.
They're finding some success on the weak side, running to the weak side when they have trips or doubles to the right. They're running back the other way, and they're finding some success with Tylen. Tylen's a quick, shifty back, and a great run there.
Yeah. He's got trips right. Looking over to the sideline. Tylen not getting too many snaps here until the second half, and he's gotten quite the load.
Yeah, he's made the most of his opportunities here in the second half.
That's what I was about to say. Motion beside Hobson, and he's going to take the snap again, left side. Tries to break a tackle, and he does, but he's tackled from behind by another North Central defender.
Gets a couple yards, moving forward.
And the beloved 2nd and 9. About 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it looks like HSE is going to have to run another play before the end of this third quarter.
Yep.
And 2nd and 8. Takes a snap, hands it off right up the middle, and Nigel Wilson is popped. And back to the original line of scrimmage probably for setting up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, there's two linebackers at blitz that were unaccounted for.
And he's down.
Yeah, he got hit hard, so
yeah,
that's an unfortunate thing. And with the injury, we'll take a break as well here on Southeastern Sports Network.
The Royals will play their next game at home when they host the Avon Orioles on Friday, September 6th at 7 p.m. That will be followed by their backyard rivalry game on September 13th at Fishers. That game also at 7 p.m. following the injury timeout. The ball will be placed 3rd and 9 yards to go. Hamilton Southeastern 34-yard line.
As we're coming back, clock is going to run. About 5 seconds left. I'm expecting HSE to not run a play here. Let's see.
No.
Yep. And they're just going to run the clock out, and it's going to be end of the 3rd quarter. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, we do want to remind you, big thank you again to Sky Zone Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year. At the end of the 3rd quarter, HSE Royals are leading North Central 13-7, and pretty good 3rd quarter. Not too many scores, just a lot of yards, but no converting.
Yeah, the Royals had one drive that they were moving the ball a little bit before Tylen Taylor fumbled the ball, and then but North Central hasn't been able to capitalize really off of anything. And then North Central did have a promising drive, but they threw an interception. So a couple of turnovers, kind of even played in the 3rd quarter, and it's winning time now. So who's going to step up? Who's going to come out and win this game? It's still very much in the balance, and luckily HSE does have the lead going into the 4th, but it's North Central isn't giving up. They're fighting all the way to the end, and
we knew
they got a good defense as well.
We knew coming in this was going to be a good game, and it is just that.
Yeah.
One possession or one score game going into the 4th quarter, and it's sure to be a fun one.
At least we hope so.
We hope so.
Yeah. It should be. It's a close game, close score, and really both teams. North Central after last week, they were a little bit embarrassed, I'm sure, coming off of their 26-0 loss. And HSE, they would love nothing more than to start the season off 2-0.
Haven't gone 2-0 since 2015,
yeah,
so this would be a big
this would be
start.
A huge win. They've started 1-0 4 years in a row, but the last 4 years they've also lost the 2nd game. So this is a huge game for HSE as well, and trying to go undefeated, 2-0, heading into a big game next week against Avon, and then the week following against Fishers.
Wow, cannot wait. As Hobson takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Tylen Taylor. A quick run, gain of about 5 or 6 yards, but 4th down.
Yeah, but it is 4th down, and we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what HSE does here. Boyson is on the field, so if he needs to punt, he will, but does not look like they're lining up to punt it, going trips right, so maybe they try to draw him off sides like they did in the 1st half. And so far, that looks like what they're trying to do.
Now looking over to the sideline.
HSE does have 2 timeouts, or they can take the delay of game penalty if they don't want to take or snap the ball.
Got 3 seconds to
they
do take it. Looks, and he's going to run it, and he is short. He's well short. And turnover on downs. North Central is going to take over on HSE's 40-yard line.
Yeah, really good play by North Central defense. They try to run a bubble route out to Ben Boyson out of the trips formation, and that wasn't open, so Hobson felt like he needed to run the ball, and really he didn't have a lot of room to run either. And so really good job of the North Central defense. And look, they got the ball on the 40-yard line, 11 minutes left, try to go down and take the lead. So big drive for them, big drive for this defense to try to keep it, or the Royals defense to try to keep them at 7 and hold the lead.
Harry Abel takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to David Smith up the middle. Big gain, a little 4-yard gain right there. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Seth Morelli there on the tackle, as well as JT Munchner got in there, and Nate Haas.
Bring up a 2nd and 6. A little more news from around the area. Carmel is up 37-0 against Noblesville with 1 minute 53 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
It's another rough week for Noblesville. They got beat pretty badly against Cathedral last week. So
he's passing it deep left, and that could be an interception, and it is. Michael Cherry with the 2nd pick of the game, and he's got some room. He's taking it back about the 20-yard line, 25. That is a big, big play.
Michael Cherry.
From the moment that ball was in the air, Michael Cherry had a chance, and 2nd pick of the game.
For Cherry, and 3rd pick for Abel. I mean, that thing had no chance. I don't even know where he was throwing the ball, but man, Michael Cherry seems like he's always around the ball when he's in, and What a great job by Michael Cherry and
Same.
Abel's being, even after throwing 5 last week,
It's not really
2 so
affecting him
far,
too much.
he's not really changed his thinking with throwing the ball. He's still taking a lot of risk, and
Not really
he's
paying
not really
off.
he's not learning from his mistakes yet. So if you're an HSE fan, you hope he figures it out next week and not in the next 10 minutes.
Hey, you got an A on a stats quiz today. You got to give him a little.
Hands it off to Tylen Taylor up the middle, and he's got some room. There was a great run there. It's going to be enough for a first down. The last couple runs by Tylen, he's gotten quick yards.
Yeah, he's hitting the hole a lot quicker than Nijay was. He's hitting it hard and really quick, and it's a little bit change of pace that is kind of throwing off the North Central defense.
It's a good change of pace. Michael Cherry interception sets up the Royals offense. Ball on the 38-yard line. Trips left, Tylen in the backfield with Andrew Hobson awaiting the snap. Takes it, hands it off to Tylen again on the right side. Tries to run a receiver over and just got under him. But another good run, about 8 yards.
Yeah, close to running that defender over, but another really good run by Tylen. He's done a good job with continuing to run hard. He's a hard runner, and he's showing that he's not just a speed fast guy. Week 1 he showed it, and tonight he's showing it that he can be a power back and run in between the tackles as well.
With just about 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, HSE is winning 13-7 and have the ball at the 44-yard line. Takes a snap, hands it off to Tylen again, and he's got some room, and he's gone. He's gone. There's nobody. Oh, good angle by North Central.
We were a little premature there, and he's gone. But,
Didn't see the safety. That was my bad.
There is in your defense, Turner, there is a ginormous column
Thank you.
blocking the left part of your
My
screen. I
view.
saw it, that he was going to get tackled, but
I did not see that safety until
it's
he was
okay.
about 5 yards
We'll
from
forgive
Tylen.
you, but or I'll at least forgive you. I don't know if people at home will forgive you, but I'll forgive you. But what a run by Tylen. Great blocking by the offensive line. And unfortunately, he was caught, but another great run.
Hand off to Nijay this time. And he gets about 2 yards on the play. A big run from Tylen puts us in the red zone. And it's 2nd and 9 coming up for the Royals. Quick change of field.
Yeah. Speaking of red zone, another people we have to thank is the Indianapolis Star for allowing us to partnership with them with their
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights, yep. And so thank you to them for allowing us to be part of that. And hopefully they showed this game a couple times tonight.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's been a pretty good game. Gotten in the red zone a couple times. The 2-yard punch in from Nijay.
A couple pick sixes, so been an entertaining game. Low scoring though, 13-7.
Another couple yards on the run there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7. Looks like Tylen Taylor's back in the game. Took a quick break after that 40-yard run.
Yeah.
Looking over to the sideline. Taking their
clock,
time.
yeah.
Yep.
3rd and about 6.
Takes a snap, hands it off to Tylen. North Central is not going to give up any more yards on the ground, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, I would expect HSE to go for it, and even if they don't get it, they have flipped the field position. So if they don't get it here, North Central's going to have to go all the way down the field.
You are wrong.
Now they're going to kick the field goal, which is good. I mean, they can go up by 2 scores, but the kicking game has been so inconsistent. That's why I was surprised they were kicking it. But because it's a long 4th and 8, you're probably not going to get the first down. So
putting Alex Corrales in there.
I called him Adam Vinatieri last year as a freshman. He's the greatest freshman kicker of all time I've ever seen, and so hopefully he starts to do it in varsity minutes.
The kick is up, and it looks like it is good.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Alex Corrales. His teammates call him FIFA. I call him Vinatieri. So
got some nicknames around the school.
Yeah. But that's a big kick from the sophomore kicker who has struggled so far. Great job by Alex. Makes it a 2-score game with just under 7 minutes to go. And way to go, Alex. That was awesome.
16-7, as you were saying. About 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
The Hamilton Southeastern
And
Royals
As we wait this kickoff, we do want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone and Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN. North Central, going to wait this kickoff. They're going to be down 9, 7 minutes left. They still have time. Got a lot of times. No need to panic or force anything yet, but they do need to move the ball with a purpose. And let's see what happens here as Alex Corrales is preparing for the kickoff.
Yeah, North Central is going to need 2 scores in the last 7 minutes, so they're going to have to move quick on offense, probably go in a little bit of a quicker pace, quicker tempo, maybe even no huddle. Oh, another squib kick, another good bounce as well.
And Bob the snap, and he smartly falls. Tried to return that one. I feel like he would have gotten hit there pretty hard, but
yeah. Well,
North Central is going to take over about the 29-yard line. Sorry there.
I think they saw something in the first half when they did that squib kick at the very end of the first half. They were like, this is actually a good play to do even during the rest of the game, because Alex was before kicking it really high, or not that high, but kicking it high and about 20 yards short of the goal line. He's not getting to a touchback, so why not just squib it on the ground? Don't give him a chance of returning it. And so far, it has worked both times. So maybe that's something going forward that the Royals would do.
He takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to David Smith. It seems like spins away from one tackler, but right into a couple more. And it's going to be no gain on the play. Maybe 1 yard there, but it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, he got away from Joel Cheche, but Loudon Sundling was there to make the tackle. Also a sophomore from last year, so a lot of sophomores out there getting some minutes. Of course, Blaine Ward's not playing tonight, who is a sophomore running back for HSE. So
takes the snap and is pressured right away from Joel Cheche. And
Cheche
brings him down for the sack. That is a big sack. It's going to be a 3rd and long now for North Central.
Yep, the Royals are playing zone defense, and then just Joel had a really good rush off the edge and got to Abel and for a big loss. So we'll be up 3rd and about 18, 16, so about 3rd and 17. We'll put it right in the middle.
Right in the middle. I'm going with a 3rd and 21. So
I can't count. So there's a reason I didn't take pre-calc this year, and I'm in college algebra instead of pre-calc. So
it's all right.
I'll learn one day.
Takes the snap, looks left, and it's going to be a screen play. He's gotten some good room. And tackled there. Number 32, Seth Smorelli, but gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, well, now it's 4th and 10.
Oh, apologize.
So you can't count. I can count to 4, I just can't count to 21.
Well, counting to 4, that's not very impressive.
It looks like they're going to go for it, though, which is kind of to be expected with only 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. And it wouldn't be the game, but it would go a long way and kind of wrapping things up if the Royals can stop them here.
Takes a snap, and his obvious throw. He's going to look over the middle of the field, and he's got him open. Yeah. The hitch route came back and found a hole in the Royals defense.
Yeah, it was a post route, but it has the option of being a hitch as well, and he just found the middle of the zone and just kind of sat there, and he was open for a couple seconds before Abel realized it. And good throw, good catch, and it keeps him alive with 4:30 left in the 4th quarter.
As we assumed, North Central is going with a little quicker pace. He's going to throw the ball again over the middle, and it's caught again over the middle. And breaking some tackles here. And one man to beat John McCall, and he does. Spins away from a wow. Very, very impressive play there from the North Central receiver, and that is going to be a touchdown, Panthers.
We went from 4th and 10, the Royals' chance to get off the field, and we'll probably wrap this game up to touchdown, and could be a 1 or 2 point game. So what a run and what a job by the North Central offense, and not a very good job of tackling by the Royals defense. They had several opportunities to bring them down, but Touchdown Panthers, and
Touchdown.
4 minutes left. This is a game again. It's
That guy had a penalty flag in his hand back there at the end.
so they will, looks like, kick the extra point. Attempt an extra point. Currently it's a 3-point game, so this is a big PAT to get it under 3.
It is. High snap, but the kick looks up, and it is good. So it is going to be 16-14. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. And North Central trims the lead. That is very, very important here in this game late.
Yeah, Abel, even after throwing some, was it 3 interceptions now today? He came back strong on that drive. Had some couple really good throws, and just what a play! An unbelievable play that the Royals are going to struggle watching in film because they had several missed tackles. But be interesting to see if the Panthers do an onside kick or if they'll kick it deep. They do have a couple timeouts left, so they will have the time, or they'll have the opportunity to stop the clock 2 times, or they can try to kick the onside kick and try to get the ball back right now. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. And HSE is lining up in the regular kick formation, so they're not expecting an onside.
This would be a good time for an onside, but risky.
Well, you don't want to give
minutes.
up. You don't want to give up that field position, and you want to try to trust your defense because for the most part they've played really well today against the HSE offense. So it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah,
good game in week 2.
2 good games in a row. HSE came out with the win the first one. We shall see how this one ends out here. And North Central boots the ball off, a good kick. And taken from the left side of the field.
Hold on to the ball.
He did, and it's going to be about the 19-yard line. John McCall on the return. About
John McCall, tackled by a host of Panthers. And Hamilton Southeastern will get the ball back first and 10. The ball placed on their own 21-yard line. 4:10 remaining here in quarter number 4.
the Royals are going to take their ball, trying to go 79 yards for a score, or just run out this clock, get a couple first downs. Still have 4 minutes, plenty of time.
I don't think we ever mentioned who made that incredible play on the last drive. It was Richard Hamilton who broke all those tackles. So.
Called his name a couple of times, and
yeah.
Tylen Taylor there.
The ball carrier.
Just gain of about 1 yard. So 2nd and 9, and we're sticking with the first down runs.
Yeah, you gotta burn some clock and try to make them use their timeouts. They don't use it on first down, and so it'll be interesting to see if the Royals maybe run a play action pass, surprise them, or if they'll continue the run and take time off the clock. They should if Hobson's doing a good job of clock management. He'll wait until about 2 or 3 seconds before he snaps it.
Motion, and Tylen's got about 5 seconds on the play clock when he snaps it. Hobson throws it over the middle.
Play action.
Oh my
intercepted.
goodness, very dangerous play.
And that stops the clock on top of it. So
Yeah.
if I'm Coach White's calling a play here, I do something safe.
No need to risk it and risk a turnover.
Same time though, North Central has the momentum. I mean, if you give him the ball back right now, Abel's feeling good. Even though he's had 3 interceptions, he's feeling good. He had a really good last drive. So this is a tough play call for Coach White.
22-yard line.
Should be interesting to see what we do here on a 3rd and 9.
But I do think you need to get the clock moving again.
Yes, and
So
incompletion.
Yeah,
would be
if it's a pass and you don't get the first down, HC receivers got to know that they got to stay in bounds.
Yep.
Force them to use a timeout or keep the clock running. They will go empty. Oh, he calls one now. Yeah.
1 second left on the play clock.
That's
there.
frustrating. You had the clock wasn't even running. You run it all the way down to 1, then you have to burn a timeout, and now you're down to 1 left, and there's a chance you're going to have to kick the ball back to North Central and only having 1 timeout on the defensive side of the ball after this. So you like to have your timeouts in the 4th quarter late in the game, and the Royals have used it a couple times now. On one, it was on defense after a turnover, couldn't get the right personnel, and then now they couldn't get the playoff in time. So that's frustrating. 2 timeouts that were kind of wasted. So they're down to 1 left in the half, and then North Central has 2 timeouts left for the last 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Panthers will be back in action next Friday, September 6th. on the road at Warren Central. Will be their first MIC conference game of the 2019 season. That game scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. in Warren Township at Warren Central High School. The Panthers.
The Royals offense comes back onto the field. 3 minutes, 25 seconds. Big third down.
Yeah, another score update. Final score: New Palestine beat Center Grove 28-9. So that's an interesting score. It was at Center Grove.
Takes the snap. He's looking left on the comeback route.
I thought that was going to be intercepted. He jumped the route, and that was dangerous. But they're going to be forced to punt.
Intended for number 86.
Yeah. Throwing it to DeAndre there. Good receiver to throw to there.
Yeah, he threw it inside, and it was lucky one intercepted. DeAndre did a good job fighting back to force the incompletion. But you passed the ball 2 times and didn't run any clock off, didn't gain a yard. So something to keep track of. If they would have ran it, even if they wouldn't have got it, they would have ran, at least either forced North Central to use timeouts or ran more clock off. And North Central just now called a timeout as well. So
each team's going to have 1 left.
Yeah, even though the clock was stopped. So. Or is it an injury?
Correction, yeah.
It is an injury. Yeah, he went down. Looks like there might be a player down. There is a player down.
North Central, yeah.
Yeah, it is a North Central injury, not a timeout.
So it's going to be official timeouts. They will have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yes.
3 minutes, 21 seconds. North Central is about to get this ball back. It's going to have to go probably around 60 yards. That's maybe 40 for a field goal.
It depends on this punt, really. And yeah, they only need a field goal, and so far their kickers look pretty good. So it's nervous times for Coach Morris and the
Ben
HSE.
Boysen too.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's got to get this punt off. Looks like they got 10 on the line rushing this, so he's got to get it out quick. And HSE's got to do a good job of blocking defense as well. Oh, they jumped offside.
Jumped off.
Yeah. So it's not going to give them a first down, but they will get to move 5 yards up.
Who knows? Maybe we can do it again. That time it would be. This time it would be
a first down.
Yeah.
They're going to still obviously punt it. But yeah, I would try the hard count one more time because they're coming. They were trying to block it, but now they put another one deep for a return. So only 9 guys now on the line of scrimmage.
Long snap is good, and the punt is away. It is a high kick, but it's very short.
Yeah.
And it's bad bounce, too, so
on the
43-yard line.
Well, this is
20 yards
be the game. Yeah, I mean, HSE defense has played well all night except for that last drive, and North Central really hasn't had a lot going on offense until that last drive. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's going to come down to this most likely, and North Central has momentum, but HSE has also played really well on defense the whole night. So coming down to the wire, Turner.
It is. It's on the edge of my seat here. 3 minutes, 12 seconds. The 42-yard line. Let's see what Harry Abel can do here. Takes a snap, hands it off to David Smith in the middle of the field. About gain of 3. So 2nd and 7.
Ball carrier number 34, David.
JT Munchner, Nate Haas, really, and even Evan Lance was also in there on the tackle. So pretty good job by the Royal defense, not allowing too many yards, but they still picked up 3 and makes it 2nd and 7.
The clock is running, about down to 2:40 left here. Abel has 2 receivers on either side. Takes the snap a little low. Pressure by Joel Cheche.
Throws
the
it
ball
away.
Yep, throws it away.
Looked like he was out of the pocket, and it was past the line of scrimmage. Oh, he does have. Okay, the ref is saying he had a receiver in the area, so no intentional grounding. But good pressure by the Royals defensive line, and here we go, 3rd and 7. Big play. They obviously got 2 downs to make it, but it's a huge play here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
If I'm HSE, obviously I'm not the defensive coordinator. I'm up here in the booth, but the comeback routes have been working for North Central here as of recent, so be looking for that on this 3rd and 7. 2.5 minutes left. Takes the snap a little bit low. Pressure again, and he's going to have to throw it again, looking for the comeback route.
Yeah, Abel's taking a punishment back there. He's slow to get up. JT Munchner that time with the pressure and tackling him into the ground. Some North Central fans wants a flag for roughing the passer, but they aren't going to get it. And 4th and 7, this very well could be the game. So
big play.
Yeah, be interesting to see if Coach Sharp, the Royals defense coordinator, if he's going to blitz or if he's going to play off in coverage. North Central might. They're going to have to call a timeout. They're going to think about this play.
2 minutes, 26 seconds left on the clock.
And this is going to be the game now because they're out of timeouts. So if they don't get this, you could pretty much. They have another. No, they called a timeout. So. But they do have 1 left. I forgot about the other injury timeout. So they have 1 timeout left. Let me clarify that. So they will have a clock stoppage if they don't get it. But it's still at that point they're not going to get the ball back with very much time, even if they were to stop HSE, if they don't get this first down here. So we'll focus on this down first. Obviously going to be a pass. Last drive, North Central had some success against the zone, finding an open spot in the zone and just sitting there. It'll be interesting to see if the Royals even play zone on this 4th down, or if they'll play man coverage, or if they'll bring pressure. So there's a lot of variables going into this 4th and 7, and it's the game most likely. So this will be a good play.
Here it is. We've got 2 receivers on either side. As Harry Abel takes the snap, he's looking left, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and it is a dangerous throw, and it's picked off by Michael Cherry. Oh, there's a flag down, but it's after the pick. So this should stay Royals ball.
I think it might be. It almost looked like it was deflected, though. He threw a flag in the area that could be against the defense.
Looks like we have a Royal. Michael Cherry, just getting up a little slow, but he is up.
Oh, this is going to be interesting because if it's against defense, if it's pass interference, was the ball tipped? It looks like Seth Morelli's mad, so it looks like it's going to go against HSE.
And David Smith limping off the field from North Central, their running back. So
let's see what the call is. The ref's coming over to make the call. Pass interference against HSE. Wow. I didn't necessarily see it live, but that's a tough one.
Not an automatic first down.
But, well, it's 15 yards, so it's a first down. But
yep,
it is not automatic, but because of the yardage total, it's first down. But they're also now getting close to field goal range. So not only do they get a first down, they're getting close to field goal range with 2:16 left. And wow, that
is a big call. Ball at the 19.
It also obviously takes away a interception for Mike Cherry.
Yes, it does. That would have been his 3rd of the game if I can count correctly. But ball at the 24. This would be about a 40-yard field goal, 41 yards. Takes a snap right up the middle, and no yards there. JT Munchner with a big wrap-up tackle.
Ball carrier number 27.
It's going to be a 2nd and 10.
Tackled on the play by number 55, Joel Cheche. No gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Minute and 30, and this clock is running, so this drive will be the game.
I mean, but at the same time, you don't know how. I don't know how good their field goal kicker is. So he's looked
drops
good.
back, looks left into the flats, and there's a flag down. He picked it up after it.
Penalty marker on
well, it looked like it could have maybe been a backward. He was thinking it was a backwards pass.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's a flag in the area that could be illegal formation.
Could be holding on the left tackle. Let's see what
he's
the refs
asking Coach
call.
Morris. So it's what he wants to do. They didn't get any yards, so if it's only a 5-yard penalty, though, they would get the down back.
I'd rather have a 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 10 at this point. Getting close to field goal range, I would take the 5 yards back, because you never know. But
Let's see what they call legal shift. So, and they are taking them back, so it'll be 2nd and 15.
That receiver in motion moved forward before that snap.
Yeah, or you had 2 guys in motion at the same time. Would also be it as well.
5-yard penalty.
So it's going to be 2nd and 15 now. 1 minute and 14 seconds left in this game. Let's see what North Central calls up here. Is a nail biter.
At the 29-yard line.
Harry Abel takes a snap. He's looking over the middle of the field, and it is caught. And he jukes the receiver out, and it is going to be tackled about the 18-yard line.
3rd down.
So it's going to be about 3rd and 4.
A minute left. Clock's running.
As we were saying, we do not know about this field goal kicker, but
Yeah, well,
I would say that's field goal range. So
yeah, he's close. It is 3rd down. The clock is running. HSE
not
not
calling their
using any
timeout.
timeouts, but can't let him get in the end zone, obviously.
Big 3rd down here. If they get this 3rd down, it might be over. Takes a snap, hands it off right, and he might be
Just short, so clock continues to run.
30 seconds left, 4th and inches.
Right, it's going to come down to a field goal.
It is.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, well, let's see if, obviously, North Central's going to call a timeout with 3 or 4 seconds.
I would expect Mr. Morris, Coach Morris, to maybe ice the kicker, but
Yeah. Interesting that he didn't call a timeout right after that play, because then he could have saved himself.
Yep.
He at least gave them another chance. He gives his offense a chance if they make it with 30 seconds, at least a chance to do it.
there's 50
But I also
seconds
get his
left.
point, though, because then, if they went for it and got the 1st down, you give them extra time. So I get his thinking. Be interesting to see if he ices it. Another thing to note, it's on the right hash, so I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, but it's going to come down to a kick.
It is. This game been a defensive battle thus far. 16-14. The Royals are up 2 with 3 seconds left. And this is going to be the game.
All right, well, so this is it's going to be on the leg of the kick, barring a penalty or a block by HSE, but HSE going 2-0 is going to come down to the North Central kicker. And
it's number 4, Scott Hogue.
Scott Hogue and Coach
Timeout.
Morris takes a timeout.
Royals.
No, the clock doesn't start. It does on the field goal, yeah.
North Central.
Yeah, you start.
Scott Hogue.
Wow.
This
This is
32-yard field goal.
this is it.
Yeah, it's a nerve-wracking time for both teams. It's not like it's a 3-point game going to overtime. It's 2 points. North Central makes it, they win. They miss it, HSE wins. So
Yeah, there's 3 seconds left.
it's a
15.
Well, it's about a 27-yarder. It's on the 15-yard line, plus the 10 yards in the end zone and about 7 yards back. So
It's going to be about a 32.
34. Yeah, 32. Excuse me. Like I said, I can't do
You
math.
can't count, right?
Yeah.
So
That's why
32-yard
you're-
field
that's
goal.
why you're here,
That's
Turner.
why I'm here. You announce. I'll do the math stuff.
Wow.
All right. So we've got a
Here it goes.
32-yarder on the right hash. This all comes down to the leg of Scott Hogue.
For the win.
Snap good, hold good, kick is good. Right down the middle.
Yep, made it. And that's it.
And
No
that is
timeline.
going to be the ball game.
Wow, what a game. What a tough way to finish. Man, that's a heartbreaker. Really, HSE dominated most of the game. It's a game they should have won. Just some an unfortunate penalty call that hurt HSE on that pass interference. But also, really, it's not really the defense's fault tonight. I think you can blame it a lot on the offense. They didn't move the ball very well for most of the game. Really only had one good drive. And then, of course, that field goal drive as well. But, wow, what a tough way to end it. What a great win for North Central, though, as they come back after last week, losing 26-0, come back and get a win. And HSE is going to have to make some corrections in a hurry because they got the number 2 in the state, Avon, coming in next week at their place. So, man,
That's a tough way to end.
that's an unfortunate way to end. That's gonna haunt the HSE players. Are gonna have a tough time sleeping tonight, and so is Coach Morris. But got to give credit to North Central, though. They made the plays when it counted, and HSE didn't. So it's a tough way to end, though.
As this game is over, as one more time, we want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for Southeastern Sports Network. Tyler, a 1-point loss, 17-16 our final score. The key players, DeAndre Rhodes, Henry Abel. DeAndre had a good game. Abel, barring the 3, almost 4 picks.
You know, and that's when you got to think. HC defense forced 3
Interceptions
turnovers,
and
also
lost
scored
the game.
Defensive scored, and the offense, because of the offense, HC didn't win the game tonight. I mean, that's what it comes down to. They had extra possessions, so many chances, and they just did not make the plays when they needed to. And it was really early on in the game. They were just kind of stuck in the mud. They couldn't do anything with it. And just what an unfortunate way and an unfortunate ending. That poor offensive start kind of came back and cost them really the game. So, you know, but luckily it's early in the season. It's not a playoff game or anything like that. You know, both HD plays next week. We'll forget about it here in a few days, but
Hopefully.
hopefully, that's right, hopefully. But tough way to end it. But give credit to North Central, hard fought, lost tonight by HSE. But there's good things that they'll be able to take in next week. But there's a lot of lessons that will be learned from tonight that they'll be able to take for the rest of the season that hopefully will allow them to win some games in the future. So.
Some final scores around the area. Lawrence North beat Marion 35-8. Mount Vernon wins 45-14 against Richmond. New Pal up 28-9 against Center Grove. That is final. Plainfield wins 28-13 to Tri-West. Trinity Louisville beats Warren Central 17-14. So Trinity Louisville beats 2 good Indiana football teams back to back. And Westfield beats Decatur Central 36-14. So for tonight, and all members of SSN, we would like to thank you for watching and have a good night. We are signing off.
He kept running here. They stopped it on the